Well, I don't do a lot of stuff on social media for the numbers. I really don't do any of this on social media for the numbers. I don't post videos. I don't tweet out shit for any sort of likes or comments. I kind of just do it for the love of the game. But I also will say that I am not immune to the numbers being big, and I sure do get a dopamine rush if something does more successful than the rest that it does. And I can just say that it does make me feel a little bit happy. And one thing I noticed too, and one thing that kind of happened, which, at first gave me a smidge of dopamine rush, then I realized it was just a bunch of bots following me, is that there seems to be a little bit of a, I don't even know how to describe it, an invasion of AI VTuber bots that are kind of existing on Twitter. And I know it was like the big thing that they were trying to do of getting rid of all these bots, and it didn't work in any capacity because why the fuck would it actually work? They just honestly got worse more than anything. But I had literally never seen any of these bots in any capacity until a lot recently. And I think the thing about it too is just like I wonder why they all kind of appeared, why they all kind of just started materializing when it came to just following people and just being like bots online. I don't know where they came from. I don't know who made it. Because it doesn't even look like they're selling any sort of what you they're not selling any sort of product. It's not like they're trying to link to anything. It's not like they're trying to go to anything. It just seems like there is an increase in bots, and it seems like a lot of them are all like pre-debut, which I guess kind of makes sense if you're trying to be a bot because at the same time, it makes it so that you know they don't have to have an actual model or like a brand or any capacity. They can just kind of like say, "Oh, I'm pre-debut," and then as a result, you don't really have to, kind of show that you're not a robot because what do you have to show? Nothing because you're not fully debuted yet. And I think it is kind of just an interesting thing. And it also is unbelievably difficult to tell who's real and who's not, because none of them are actually, verified. So they don't have like the verified mark that a lot of bots usually have. A lot of the AI Grok bots have because those are like the engagement farm bots that kind of make money off of just tweeting out whatever the hell. But a lot of them kind of just like seem to just like a random tweet of mine from like a week ago and then follow me immediately, even though I feel like the tweet that they like has absolutely nothing to do with anything in any capacity. Like, I literally just tweet about, like, sports or something, and then they'll like it and follow me. I'm like, "You're a VTuber, you should probably not be this is probably not a way way you're keyword searching. You're probably not searching for anything here. Like, maybe, you are a VTuber, and you do like having, yeah, I guess sports." Now, I'm not saying those are mutually exclusive things, but it just feels like a weird way to have discovered me. They also kinda sometimes comment too on it. Like, I tweeted about it just as a joke saying, like, the universe is keeping me unemployed because they knew if I were to spend money on my streaming channel or, like, on any sort of, like, content creation, I'd be unstoppable. And I just got the most, like, AI generated response of saying, like, "Oh, Lamau, they're keeping you unemployed." Like, they're basically repeating what I just like ChatGPT would if you asked it anything. It's like, "Lamau, they're keeping you unemployed. If you got money, though, what's the first thing you'd spend it on?" And that's kinda just what the gist of it seems, and it just seems like all their accounts are just, like, retweeting stuff and that are, like or tweeting out memes and just having the same hashtags over and over again. And maybe I'm just hitting on, like, actual human beings, like, trying to grow their brand and just trying not to be, or just trying to, like, grow their brand and, like, be friendly, and I'm completely sorry. I'm completely sorry if that's what happens. Um, I guess I've just become a lot more pessimistic when it comes to any sort of interaction from just a random person that I feel like would have no reason to even follow me for any reason because of how many bots are just online now. And it is just kind of an unfortunate thing if I am, hating on people who are actually human beings and have seen some value in what I do. That's my fault. I'm sorry. I'm gonna apologize in advance, and it is on me. And I guess this is kind of too alongside what I've seen in Twitch chats. Occasionally, what happens is what will happen a lot too is like people will it will be a bot and you can really tell, and it's kind of a weird way you can tell, but you kind of get used to it. By legitimately the first message, they just like type hello with an exclamation point. And I know this is like an insane thing to like say like to immediately clock as this being a bot, but for some reason, I don't think I've ever seen a human being ever come into my Twitch chat that it just says like perfect grammar hello, like capital H and an exclamation point without being a bot. That like these bots are kind of like sophisticated too. I'm not even saying like they're easy to detect. We just kind of get them enough that you kind of understand that they're a robot. Where they basically like actually respond to you, but they take like consistent intervals in between every single chat that they're doing, which is kind of like a chess bot where like it has to calculate what the best thing to say is back to you, and then it'll actually try to sell you stuff, and it actually like responds to the game you're playing, responds to the game you're doing, and like ask questions and stuff like that. And then at the end, it'll be like, add me on Discord to show me your or to like I want to sell you stuff. I want to grow your brand. You look like you need a lot of panels or like overlays and stuff like that. Like, here, add me on Discord and and I can do stuff for you. I did one time do this. Did one time add them on Discord out of sheer curiosity. Obviously, that put my entire account at risk like a fucking idiot that I am. But I had to be curious, and they did send me it one time. They did send me all their portfolio, and it was just a bunch of AI generated overlays and emotes and all that stuff like that. And I literally just said, yeah, that's kind of what I expected. And now whenever I see a bot like this, I kind of just see how long it goes and see like how sophisticated it becomes before I immediately send it to the gulag and ban it permanently because it's whatever. And I completely just massive side tangent there. I don't even know what this has to do with like any of the thing I'm talking about. I guess I'm talking about bots and AI stuff, but that's kind of just how it goes. But anyway, it is kind of weird just to see this like massive increase in VTubers just appearing and VTubers just like who are bots appearing. At least from what I think. And once again, it could be entirely wrong. This could be actual human beings who I'm calling bots. I will say though, I would assume at least some of them are, robots because I just once again have become so pessimistic when it comes to any sort of like legitimate human action online in anyone following me on Twitter of just being a robot. Because I get so many just because I don't have like a private account or anything. I get so many porn bots following me that I had to block them because don't want someone to check, oh, who's following this guy, and it's just a bunch of porn bot accounts. So I do have to be kind of paranoid about this, and it is just kind of hard to see what's going on with these VTubers. And once again, could be wrong. I've seen other people tweet about it as well. So at least it's not me being paranoid. At least it's not only me being paranoid because there are other people who are having the similar issue as me. And it's not just a me specific thing in a padded cell with my with a straight jacket on screaming. It's something that other people have experienced and kind of also why I'm kind of tipped off to believing that this is somewhat of an issue that I'm facing as well. Anyway, kind of just all I wanted to talk about for today. That was a sentence and a half of words that just kind of combined to one word. That's it. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.